Sweet.
So
Redinger Lake, huh?
This power goes to Southern California.
Yep. Oh yeah, and then all the power they make over there in the power plant on the ocean, they send it back over here so they could charge more. Back there, that goes to Mammoth Pool. That's where we're going. So this is Redinger right here, and around the corner of the bend there's a dam, and beyond that is Kirkhoff, and then there's a dam, more river, and then there's Millerton Lake. And then beyond that is the San Joaquin River, which I heard is in the flood stage right now because they're letting water out for the fish. They're just going to let it out to the ocean. Freaking idiots. Fire came all the way this way, burned the whole mountain up. We're not even to Mammoth Pool yet. We just left Redinger. I mean, it's burned all the way over there on that other hill. I'm getting what I asked for in spades, and dang it, it looks pretty bad. So it burned all the way up here. I wonder if it burned Rock Creek and Hogue Ranch. It looks like the grass is coming back. Just the grass, though. It didn't burn every tree, though. Like, there's a green tree right there. But boy, this was a serious fire. Dude, it was hot right here, I'm gonna tell you. It crossed the road. Over here, it's like, man, this used to be really beautiful right here. Like a really beautiful place. I guess in about 30, 40 years, it'll be beautiful again, huh? Something about that long. Bunch of wildflowers.
Kind of side of that mountain got burnt good.
It sure did. It's going to be interesting to see just how bad. I can't see the other side of the canyon yet, but it got that mountain really good. And all these manzanita, they're just tore up. Okay, this is looking northwest. Northwest. I can't believe it burned this bad, you guys, over here. Oh my God, it is terrible. I'm telling you. You can see the other side is burned. It's hard to see, but you can see the other side of the canyon's burned. See, and that's the side that we're on. There's the river canyon right here. San Joaquin River is down there. And that's the other side we're normally on. Over there. It burned the trees into just charred embers. Wow, can you see? What is that? Let's see. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sorry. Is that a waterfall? Whoa. Well, I guess that's as good as it gets. I think it is. So yeah, the whole mountain over here on this side was burned. You can see it. And then that way, up the river, up the canyon. Adolph's stripping out too. You can't believe it either. It's burnt. It was burning hot to burn the tops of the trees. Can you imagine a crown fire of the trees jumping, the fire jumping from tree to tree in the crown? There's a down this way, we're coming up to it, but is Mammoth Pool, and the people in Mammoth Pool, it came burning up so fast they got trapped. And the only way they could escape the fire was get in the lake. Everybody lived, but they were surrounded. It was a firestorm. Worst fire in the history of California, maybe the whole United States. Man. I think it's from the heat, but we'll see. Man, it looks like a face. It's from the heat.
Oh, okay.
It got so hot, changed the color of the rock. Man, dude, that is a trip. It's surreal inside the camera, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm blown away.
Look at this one. Looks like a face looking upwards with his mouth open. It's looking upwards with his mouth open.
Man, it burned up that hill too. Changed the color of the rocks. Man, it even more looks like that when, like he's sticking his tongue out when you look at it this way. And I would trip out if a big old squatch was hanging out right there.
Yeah.
Sitting up there looking at me. And it burns so bad, I'll say the whole side of the hill, the whole thing. Oh my God. You can see the hardest working water in the world. They got power plants. This is power plant number 8 right here. If you watch this, Paul, remember we used to go down here and swim. Powerhouse number 8. Look at that. Whoa. If we get too close, I lose control. There's a big old waterfall right there. I think you could hear it. That's the most burn I ever seen in my life. It is crazy. Miles and miles and miles of burn. Wow. It deforested that whole thing. My God. Man, I never, ever seen it like this. That is burnt to a crisp. Everything is dead. It is ridiculous burnt. I mean, ridiculous burnt. I mean, we just went around the corner from Powerhouse number 8 and I was looking out here. It's burnt far up this hill even. Well, I don't know what kind of car it was, but it's freaking burnt. Like bad. What in the heck is that in there? Like a heater box or something like that. They already tagged it. Freaking taggers. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Dude, There's Mammoth Pool. Look at that. That's where they had a firestorm. Right now it's closed. For 2 weeks, the deer are migrating from this side, crossing that lake, swimming it, to this side. And oh my God, there's the buttes, Fuller Buttes. There's still some snow up there. See, now when I was at Wishon the other day in Courtright, that's the mountain I was zooming in on from the other side. I'm pretty sure. Isn't that Mammoth Mountain, right? Is that the volcano?
I'm not sure.
I'm not either. I know it's one of the biggest ones over here. And I think it is. I think it is. I think that's Mammoth right there. I don't see the ski resort, but that doesn't mean anything. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. See, and here's the Eagle Beaks. Okay. Eagle Beaks. I'll get another shot at it later. Now, the fire changed it. It's not Eagle Beak anymore. It's Buzzard Beak. Wow. Man, it's burnt. It's freaking burnt. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, this side was so foresty. I mean, really, this was all forest, thick forest. It burnt the stumps right to the ground. Adolf was telling me that a lot of the dirt is sterilized, okay? You get that, like, where there's bare spots, the dirt is sterilized. I never even thought of that. You know, there's a lot of sterilized dirt over here. A lot. Oh my God. I had to put it on the highest setting in resolution because this is crazy burned. I'm sorry if there's wind noise, but I can't help it. I think there's a sheriff over here. Let me see. I saw a car. Where was I looking? Okay, right there. Not a sheriff. I think they know I'm looking at them now. I think they're just taking in the damage like we are. See this rock? Look how burnt. It's right near the deer crossings. Well, the next 2 weeks, deer will be making their way from that side over to this side. And I have a little story. I had some friends, this is like in the 90s. There's a campground on this lake that you can only get to by, I think it's back in the back this way. You can only get to it from boat. And a lot of times they'll release water out of here in the night. But they were back there camping, and it was deer season. It was right after in the fall, they close it for 2 weeks while the deer cross from this side to that side. Well, they had got in there, back in there somewhere, and they were camping, and one guy stayed with the boat, and the other two camped at the campground. And somewhere in the night, I think about 3 a.m., maybe 1 a.m., I can't remember, but he told me on this side, something screamed the most god-awful roar slash scream slash weird. And then a few minutes later, something on the other side over here did the same roar and scream, and then they did that all the rest of the night. Well, the guy with the boat, he quickly jumped in the boat. He was so scared, he pushed off. He was to sleep in the boat to keep it in the water, so that was his job as they let the water out to keep the boat in the water, because the level of the lake would go down and it would beach the boat. Well, he pushed off and he went out into the lake. The other guys couldn't see him. They went there and they thought he left them. So they went back and were sitting on a picnic bench, back to back, holding their deer rifles, and till morning. And then they stopped, like when the sun came up, they stopped yelling and roaring and screaming. And he said he went back to shore and went looking for those guys, and they were sitting on the bench, the picnic bench, back to back. Their eyes were like golf balls. They were scared. They started cussing him. Where did you go? You left us, And that scared them so bad. From what I understand, they don't hunt here anymore. Oh, there we go. Okay, so here we go. Mammoth Mountain. That's a volcano. San Joaquin River. Brown Cone. Kaiser Ridge. That's where I took the picture I have on my... I'll put that up when I do the video. Kaiser Ridge. Okay. Mammoth Pool with, let's see, Mammoth Mountain right behind it. So I had Mammoth Mountain wrong. It's hard to tell, everything looks so different. So, this used to be really heavily forested, lots of shade, not anymore. Okay, here we go for this one. Red top. The Madera Peak. Okay, Madera Peak. I'm thinking is right over here. That's Red Top. This is Madera Peak right there, I'm pretty sure. This is where I saw Bigfoot the first time in 1987. The one I tell you about. It was on that ridge. Okay, and all that, look at this. Like, all the dirt is sterilized from the fire. Nothing grows, not even the grass, in spots. Like, that's all sterilized dirt. And
look at this. See that boulder going like this?
Yeah.
On the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
go halfway to your left, halfway's in the center of it. There's a cave there, elongated one. Then you look to the right.
I see him. You could never see that before
Yeah,
because
especially
of the trees.
that one on the right looks like it goes in farther.
It does, huh? If I could hold it steady, let me see here. Maybe I could put it on this right here, this pole. Let me see. This is holding it steady. I took my hat off. I don't want to lose another hat. Oh, that's a trip. I still can't even hold it steady on here, you know. Oh, okay, oof. I'm trying, folks. It's not really focused, but that looks like a deep cave.
Yeah.
Eagle beaks. Up here, look at that, eagle beaks. Looks more like a buzzard when I zoom in on it now. But from a distance, that looks like a lizard hanging off the back of it. Or something. A mud fossil.
Oh yeah, it does.
Look, there's the other one right there. You see that white spot on the second beak to the left, behind the head?
Yeah.
There's a big white spot. You think that? Oh shit! You think that might be something huge sitting up there and pooping?
Oh, big. That's big.
It is big. Whoops.
Yeah.
So that's my Bigfoot sighting right over, let's see, over here. I saw Bigfoot. Wow.
Tripping.
So we passed reconnaissance. This is actually the Fuller Buttes right there, off in the trees. You can see them. But look at the forest. Harry Potter forest. It's all burned. It's ridiculous burned. It was so hot that it burned the road in a few places. So we're on the way to Clover Meadow here, which is probably maybe another mile. This is way, way, way back in the forest. We're probably at an elevation of 7,700 feet, probably over 7,000 feet. I did not know that I didn't think it burned this far. I really didn't. This is far. I mean, this is real far, and I bet there's the meadow right there. I can see it coming up. Right over there, through the trees. There's a ranger station in there somewhere. Oh, I think we have to go around this and then we'll drop into the meadow. But look at this. Oh my God. You guys. It could be, because this looks like it got pretty hot. All the pine needles are burned off the ground. It used to be a layer of pine needles 5 inches thick at least. And wildflowers. Lots of wildflowers. Would it be easy to track the Bigfoots in here, huh? Yeah, it would. Bet you're sweet 50. I'm gonna be on the lookout for like tracks. Usually right now there'd be all kinds of snow flowers in this area. This is like
been here before, but there was still snow about 4 feet thick, July 4th.
Yeah, normally, yeah. But this year, we're droughting it out, man. We're droughting it out. We're in Harry Potter's forest. He came all over here and burned it out. Tried to turn us into Harry Potter land. Yeah, he did. This is like way in the boonies. I mean, we're on our way to Granite Creek. I'll have to take some screenshots of Google Earth of just how far this is from. There's a pond. A snow pond. At least there's.
I remember that was all lush around it with ferns.
Yeah.
You could hear the frogs.
Yeah. Not anymore. I bet I burned up all the frogs. I bet that water was boiling. In the middle of nowhere, we're getting service. We're probably getting a little hit or miss service, huh? Let's see how much battery I got. 79 minutes. I still got another battery, though. So far, a little recap on animal life. A couple of gray squirrels and a few crows. And that is all we've seen. But if we're gonna see any squatches, this is where we're gonna see them. Oh, I just heard a blue jay. Or a frog. Couldn't tell. Yeah, it's been a few years since I've been back here. It's one of my favorite places on the earth is this place back here. And I can't believe the fire got this far. I didn't expect it to get past actually the Fuller Buttes, really, because that's pretty far back here, the Fuller Buttes, but this is way farther than the Fuller Buttes. And we actually passed one of my favorite campgrounds in Creek called Rock Creek Campground. It's one of my favorites. And we passed it, and I didn't even recognize it, and I missed it. I did not see Rock Creek. And it must be in all that really where there's no trees left place. You can see the meadow back in there. But we're not in the main meadow yet. The main meadow's big, but these are like little offshoots from the main meadow. And these are called alpine meadows. They're way, way back. We should be coming up on it. Like 2 miles isn't really that far. There it is. I knew it. And there's somebody there. I see you. My camera sees you. It's just a little bitty place. We used to camp right here and deer hunt all along this meadow. There's some trails that lead off right here. Wilderness permits issued here. There's your cell phone tower.
Maybe that's the reason I got a signal real quick. Huh?
Yeah, a little bitty signal. There's some more cabins way back there. We used to camp here. There used to be a lot of deer in here. There still should be. You go out walking in that meadow, it's really mushy. Mush. Mush. Oh, here comes a sign. Let's see what it says. I know it's going to say Granite Creek, not far. 6 miles to the sheep. Oh, that's down in the canyon, though.
Yeah, but this... Oh, it's still a ways.
I don't think so. I think that is
Because doesn't the road end?
Granite Creek. It's freaking awesome. I mean, this water is so clear, it looks like you could drink it. And I'm feeling the creepies. I'm serious about the water looking like you could drink it. Like, let me see if I can zoom in on this right here. It is freaking beautiful. I was gonna say I'm gonna fly the drone, and here comes the wind, of course, so maybe not. This is right here, pure snow melt. That water right there is cold. See if Sasquatch is downriver. He could hide in here so easy, you guys. He would just look like a burnt stump. Just like all the other burnt stumps. I'm freaking freaked out because of how far this fire went. I am now looking in at wilderness. You can't drive any further. This burned all the way in the wilderness. I am tripping out. That water is so gorgeous. I could just shuck my clothes and just get in there right now, man. I'm telling you, it's that pretty. I mean, it is that pretty. It's almost like got an emerald look to it over here. Okay, something interesting. Oops. Okay, so we went to another place on this creek. It's actually what I was showing you in the drone, but I want to show you some gold traps. You see them? Can't get in them right now, but later in the summer, you can get in them gold traps. Gotta do a little digging. Okay, I'll go over to the pool. I want to show you. So this is that pool. I was looking, from that way with the drone. You can see the dam right there. Or, whatever you want to call it. But it makes this deep pool. And there's a lot of fish in here. Usually big trout. And it's a really great fishing hole. How does he know I'm looking at him? How does he know? That's a little one. There's bigger ones. This is our swimming hole right here. We jump off that rock right there into the water right here, and we swim around. And we swim all down through here, all up this way. It's a little less deep over here, but like all right here, it's a perfect swimming hole. It's a perfect fishing hole. If you want to catch big fish, if you know what you're doing. Oh, there's his line, huh? Oh, I can see your line. It's moving, huh?
I see trout here and there.
Well, you threw it over there under that shade. Now it's way over here. It's like they carried it. One of them big daddy ones that stays out of view. Yeah, it's not the lush forest that it used to be. Man, I'm really blown away at how dead everything looks. I mean, it's really like, oh my God, terrible. So when I was flying the drone, I was smelling a really bad odor over that, right over there, right over that way. I have no idea what it was. But boy, just a couple of whiffs and then it would go away, and then a few minutes later I smelled it again. It's like, oh man. Like, I'm gonna get him on film or video, not film anymore. Man, I'm getting sunburned. Could feel it.